competition, and we choose the 3 from every day to be able to enter into the semi-final this evening. So the first program is the final of the today's competition. The judge today, who worked very hard during all day to see all the junior handlers, came from Slovenia, Marija, Kavcic, ladies and gentlemen.
J'espère aujourd'hui, je compte sur vous, surtout je compte sur vous pour être très participatif, et j'espère que vous allez applaudir très fort tous les chiens et toutes les personnes qui vont défiler devant vous. Et en tout premier lieu, ainsi que vient de le dire Thomas, nous avons la compétition de junior handling de jeunes présentateurs de la journée.
And please greet the junior handlers of the day. First, you will see all of them who competed, and then Mrs. Marija Kavcic will announce which was the best 6 of the day, and out of the best 6, she will award an handling an envelope, which is the free tickets to the semi-final tonight. The junior handling European Championship final will be take place just before the Western show later tonight.
Et bien entendu que c'est le travail des jeunes présentateurs, leur présentation, le professionnalisme de leur présentation qui est examiné aujourd'hui.
This competition has nothing to do with the quality of the dogs. As you know, that's the only competition in this ring today where the handlers matters, the work and the quality of the handling. But of course, you cannot win and you cannot compete without a dog. And it really represents the very close link and connection between dogs and the man. That's the reason why we are here. So I'm sure quite many of these young guys will be very well now in some years, winning titles with different dogs, and maybe they can find a good job in this field, which is also a possibility, of course.
Qui ont entre 13 et 17 ans sont examinés pour leur travail. Regardez la façon dont ils mettent en valeur leur chien. Ce n'est pas du tout la race qui est examinée, mais la complicité du présentateur et de son chien.
And of course, the 3 finalists from Friday and the 3 from Saturday was not allowed to compete today. So that will provide, we're gonna have 3 different junior handlers from each day into the final. So ladies and gentlemen, the 6 finalists today are the young guy with the Basenji, and then young ladies with Australian Silky and Schnauzers, Bouvier de Flomre, Irish Setter, and a young gentleman again with an English Setter. So give a big hand for all the competitors who did a very good job all day long. Some of them 3 days long, but this time the 6 finalists you can see in the middle of the ring. So the most difficult part of the junior handling is the so-called parallel or mirror handling. When two of the handlers are handling in the same way but like being in a mirror. There are special rules for this kind of competition, and it looks like all these young guys know the rules very well. That is a very difficult group now because it is a large dog and a small dog, and they have to run in the same way, not before the other one, not in front of the other one, and they did it very well. Now the Basenji and the Australian Silky Terrier compete together.
Vous pouvez observer les changements de main, c'est-à-dire que les jeunes présentateurs tiennent toujours le chien face au juge et jamais derrière. Donc ils doivent changer de main pendant la présentation.
So this was an L shape for the handlers. That was the first. The judge asked the handlers to take a full run together. Of course, start with the... But that's a part of the competition, how to organize this.
Let's go.
And you could see the changing of the hands, not to hide the dogs. They did a good job. They really did.
They are so good, it's very difficult to choose. Okay, could you move here, please? On this line. Voulez-vous venir ici sur cette ligne, s'il vous plaît? Donc, il n'y a pas de classement, ce sont les 3 finalistes. Reviendront avant le Best in Show tout à l'heure.
So, and we are waiting excitedly. Who's going to be the 3 semi-finalists for tonight out of the final day of the European show? The young lady with the Irish setter, we will introduce, Sylvie will introduce her.
Alexsey from Italy.
Jana from Austria.
Et Lucas, Pays-Bas, Netherlands.
So, the semi-finalists from today are from Italy, from Austria, and from the Netherlands. So all 3 of them will come back just before the Best in Show tonight. And all 3 of them have a chance to win the Junior Handling European Champion title or to be on the podium.
Merci. Vous allez revenir tout à l'heure. You will come back later. Just before Best in Show.
The next competition gonna be the race class. We call race. 2 dogs belong to the same breed and owned by the same owner. Doesn't matter, are they a really couple, I mean a male and female or not, The only important things, they belong to the same breed. And may I introduce you the judge for this competition, came all the way through from Croatia, Niksa, Lemo. Even hand for Niksa.
Nous avons un bel homme pour juger de beaux chiens.
The first race is the Labrador. And then the standard long coat Dachshund.
Le standard Royalair.
The King Charles Spaniel. This is the ruby color.
Boston Terrier.
The miniature grey poodles.
Caniche. Les bulldogs français. Petit, je le dis.
The Bolognese.
Les bichons frisés.
And the next breed is the Chinese crested dog, but what you can see, they are the powder puff.
Chinese crested dog.
Now you can see the difference with the coated and the naked version of the same breed. Chinese crested again.
Brabançon, petit Brabançon.
The bichon à poil frisé.
Botte. Carlin, Carlino, Hops.
Standard smooth dachshund.
Les Teckel standard poil ras. Teckel standard poil ras, une autre couleur.
So the finalists are the standard white dachshund, two of the Chinese crested races, the petit Brabançon, the bichon frisé, and the mops.
Un petit tour pour les Teckel, miniatures, les Teckel nains, poil long qui sont rentrés,
So,
qui sont arrivés trop tard.
thank you for the others, and we would like to ask to leave the ring on the right-hand side exit, please. So, this is a very classical hunting breed of dachshunds. Excellent for foxes, but also for fallow tracks, blood tracks. Especially this wide hair version is excellent for wild boar, if you're hunting for wild boar.
Vous voyez l'utilité de la queue chez le Teckel. Quand il rentre dans un terrier à la chasse, il est facile d'aller le rechercher.
The next breed is a Chinese breed. We call it Chinese crested dog, and the main feature, they have hair on the head, and they have a crest on the neck, some pom-pom on the tail, and you can see also some hair on the feet. There are two versions. This is the naked version, and you've seen before, but now they left the ring, the coated version. They have not naked part of the body, they have so-called soft undercoat over all the body. And the name of that version is the powder puff. But the two versions, the two variety competes together.
Les petits Brabançons, maintenant, une race assez confidentielle encore, mais qu'elle revienne nettement à la mode. Les petits chiens
griffons. There are three varieties. The short-coated one, like this, which called Petit Brabançon, and they have the rough-coated one. The red color rough-coated called Griffon bruxellois, and the rough-coated black coat Griffon belge.
Actuellement, en déplacement sous le regard du juge, nous avons les bichons frisés, une race qui est franco-belge et dont le toilettage est particulièrement sophistiqué, de façon à mettre en valeur ce petit chien qui doit être compact, sans excès, avec une petite tête toute ronde.
We will talk a lot today about the Bichon family of the dogs, and the classical sample of this group is the Bichon Poil Frisé, which is actually a French breed. And then the Pug Mops, Carleno or Carlino, all the names belongs to this breed. Small dogs with a lot of temperament, and they're very compact. As the Latins say, multum in parvo. A lot of dogs in a small place, a small room.
Cette race existe aussi en noir. Vous avez là la beige masque noir, mais elle existe aussi in also mops in black.
So, if you wish to support your favorite, that's the last possibility to do so. Clap your hands.
Un applaudissement, s'il vous plaît, pour ces magnifiques Grace. La troisième place, ce sera les bichons frisés.
The Bichons are from Finland today.
Les deuxièmes seront les Chinese Christic Dogs. Les derniers sur le côté gauche. Madame, s'il vous plaît, Chinese Christic Dogs.
They are from Russia.
Et une race un peu confidentielle, et ça fait très plaisir à la première place, les petits Brabançons premiers.
And the winner came today from Russia. The next program is going to be of the Breeders Group. Breeders Group is an achievement of a lifetime work sometimes, because it includes 3 up to 5 dogs belonging to the same breed, bred by the same breeder. So they don't have the same owner, but they bring the same family name, the same kennel name, the same registration. So the point of view of the judging is their similarity, their type, and as I told you also the difference between the males and females. Every big show, Sylvie will say
ils sont véritablement jugés sur l'homogénéité et vous allez admirer de très beaux chiens de la même famille, mais en plus magnifiquement présentés par des handlers qui se sont habillés en conformité avec leurs chiens. Donc on va vous demander de les applaudir très fort quand ils vont rentrer, car ça va être très beau.
I like the way you said magnifique. So, we always ask a judge to judge the breeders group who's already, and him or herself, is a world famous breeder, not only a judge. And that's what we did today, because our judge from Italy is really a world famous breeder of Chihuahuas and Poodle, ladies and gentlemen, from Rome, Francesco Cochetti.
Un applaudissement de bienvenue, s'il vous plaît, à M. Cochetti.
The first group is of the standard poodles.
Un applaudissement pour les caniches standards.
Followed by the flat-coated retrievers.
Et vous pouvez maintenant admirer les flat-coat retrievers.
The English Springer
Les
Spaniels.
Springers avec leur présentatrice habillée de blanc.
And more popular breed from Canada, the Nova Scotia Dactylic Retriever.
Allez-y, applaudissements nourris, s'il vous plaît, pour les Nova Scotia.
The next breeds coming from Tibet, the Tibetan Spaniels.
Du 9e groupe, les Espagnols du Tibet.
We already talked about the Chinese breed called Chinese Crested Dog.
Le chien nu de Chine. Ah, on ne vous entend plus.
Another breed belongs to China, especially Tibet, the Shih Tzu.
The beautiful Shih Tzu.
A breed who got its name for a human man, which is the Petit Brabançon.
Avec une expression très humaine quand on les regarde.
Ladies and gentlemen, 4 dogs in one hand. The long-coat miniature dachshunds.
Les teckels à poils longs, nains.
The next group also dachshund, but wire-haired Canadian size. That's the smallest size of all.
Les petits teckels des chiens de lapin.
Another Chinese breed, the Peking Palaston, the Pekingese.
Avec leur démarche très particulière, voici les Pékinois.
6 finalists having a chance to win this competition. The first are the standard black poodles, and then the flat-coated retrievers, the Tibetan Spaniels.
Please, Tibetan Spaniel.
We have 3 more places now. Shih Tzu, the Petit Provençal, and then the Canadian wire dachshunds.
Un applaudissement très nourri pour ceux qui nous quittent et qui sont tout aussi magnifiques.
Yes, give a hand for the other groups, because they had great successes today. And only to show a breeder's group itself is a great achievement. So, the poodles, that's a French breed. The original name of this breed is Caniche. There are 4 different sizes recognized by the FCI, the bird organization. This is the largest one. They are over 45 centimeters, but not taller than 62. One of the most popular retriever breed, the flat-coated retriever. There are 2 different colors accepted, the black one and the brown.
Présentés dans une seule main, les Espagnols du Tibet.
Tibetan Spaniels. Excellent pets, excellent for children, for families. They are very nice, calm, but on the other hand, playful dogs.
Avec leur splendide robe, les Shih Tzu, une race qui a été créée à l'époque entre la Chine et le Tibet.
Shih Tzu, the main characteristic of the breed is the short head, which forms a shape of a chrysanthemum, which is a flower. That's written in the standard. And now you know the Petit Provençal is a short-coated version of the Belgian Griffon family.
Une race qui est très chère au cœur de Damas, puisqu'il s'agit des Tekken.
Yes, I always say that dachshunds tackle are excellent hunting dogs, but it's very good to sleep with them because they are wonderful pack. They're very clever, they have a sense of humor, and they always try to dominate you in a nice way, and they know how to do it, believe me.
C'est tellement vrai qu'ils savent comment vous dominer, qu'ils le font avec une telle intelligence que c'est un plaisir de les avoir, et pour la chasse et pour la compagnie.
And in this very strong competition today, the third best breeders group contains the smallest of the dogs. The Canadian Dachshunds are number 3, coming from Italy. Italy had a strong day yesterday, if you remember as well. Second runner-up is the group of the Tibetan Spaniels.
Il nous vient de Suisse.
They are from Switzerland. So where are the Swiss spectators? Thank you. And the winner today is the group of the Shih Tzus. Yes, from
Russia.
From Russia.
prochaine pour Beautiful Quality of Shih Tzu.
And of course, it's very important
Don't
to
forget to give your number and your name and your number here.
make all the photos, because this competition is not only for ourselves, but I would like to remind you what's happening here in this Western showing today can be seen worldwide, because the organizer managed to make a live stream live. So all over the world. I mean, yesterday I've got a lot of messages about what happened in the main ring. So people at home really watching with a great interest, because, as you know, this European dog show here in Geneva is the largest one in the last 3 years concerning to the number of the entries. We had 8,000 dogs at the European show and another 3,500 at the Kavcic show, which attracts a number, being the largest European show in the last 3 years. So, and I do hope, we do hope, this tendency will continue next year when we will meet Brno in the Czech Republic.
Nous allons passer dans quelques instants à la compétition des meilleurs bébés, c'est-à-dire des chiots qui ont de 3 à 6 mois. C'est tout l'avenir de la cynophilie, comme vous recherchez, vous le remarquez dans ces chiots. Vous allez les voir, ils sont non seulement beaux, mais they are cute. Ils sont excessivement attractifs.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the next competition will be of the youngest dogs. They are the so-called minor puppies. All of them are younger than 6 months old of age, and they are all properly inoculated, and they won their own classes today at the European Dog Show. Thus, the judge chose them the best minor puppy in the breed between the dog and the bitch. So you will see the real hope of the future. Many of the European junior champion from next year, maybe, no, but now only minor puppies. And I would like to introduce you the judge, who is really a world famous Swedish Yolanda, coming to Geneva, judging in many days here, Dr. Bodegard from Sweden.
Un applaudissement très chaleureux, s'il vous plaît, pour le docteur Bodegard.
The first minor puppy to be introduced is the Golden Retriever.
Le Golden Retriever.
Followed by the Labrador Retriever.
Un autre Retriever, le Labrador.
The next breed is the largest of all the Spaniel breeds, the so-called Clumber Spaniel.
C'est trop mignon quand ils sont bébés, les Clumber Spaniels.
One of the several Welsh breeds, the Welsh Springer Spaniel.
C'est le Springer Spaniel gallois.
The next breed is originated to Italy, the Lagotto Romagnolo.
Le petit chien de Romagnol.
One of the most popular French breed nowadays, the French Bulldog.
C'est un petit chien qui existait depuis longtemps chez les bouchers et dans les halles.
I told about the Bichon family, and its representative from France is the Bichon à poil. You say,
C'est un peu une une des autres, la France et la Belgique.
And the next is the Apricot Poodle.
Une autre race française, le caniche.
A breed from France and from Belgium, cooperated with Belgium. There's a Papillon.
L'épagnol nain continental, papillon.
And now you will see different sizes and different coat types of Dachshund. The one you can see now is the wirehead, followed by another wirehead.
Je pense que je vais renvoler un tamas.
And then we have the smooth coat, first the miniature, and then the Kaninchen. The miniature, so-called Zwergdachshund, is no bigger than 35 centimeter at the chest perimeter, and the Kaninchen, the rabbit, is only 30. Bichon Maltese. That's the Italian type of the Bichon family. Boston Terrier.
Une race américaine, le Boston Terrier.
And then the Bulldogin Parvo. A lot of dog in a small space, as you can see very clearly. The Mops.
Race chinoise.
The Chinese crested dog.
Une autre race chinoise, son nom l'indique.
One of our new breeds, the Russian Toy Terrier long-coat version.
Voilà le Rusky Toy, le petit chien russe.
And then the Chihuahua.
Et le plus petit de tous les chiens, il nous vient du Mexique, le Chihuahua. Chihuahueños.
Chihuahueño. Chihuahua has its fame because that's the smallest breed of all. According to the FCS standard, that's the world's smallest breed, originating in Mexico.
But c'est un petit chien, a small dog, but with a big character.
Yes, this small dog has really a great character. They think they are huge as a Doberman, and they try to behave like that, which is very charming, I have to tell you.
Un petit chihuahua porte son fouet bien haut et il a beaucoup de présence. Je pense que notre juge fait marcher les chiens qui n'ont pas eu le temps de voir dans le ring de préparation pour pouvoir faire son dernier choix, car vous avez vu, il y a de nombreux très beaux bébés. C'est pas facile de se décider.
Of course, it's only happening with dogs when a small person thinks he's big. It never happens in a human breed, of course, isn't it, Sylvie?
C'est très 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 vrai. Mais personnellement, il parle à une convaincue car lesquels sont très chers à mon cœur aussi.
So soon we will have the final 6 dogs to compete further. One of them is the Labrador and the Clubman.
Lambert, deuxième sélection.
The French Bulldog and the Bichon à poil frisé.
Ce qu'on appelle très amicalement le Frenchie, French Bulldog. Le bichon frisé, le caniche, and Dachshund. And a Boston Terrier.
This size of the poodle is the miniature. Now I ask because in this age
And
we
a
have
pet.
to ask. And also the Dachshund is miniature.
Please, Tamas, we give a big hand, un applaudissement pour ceux qui nous quittent et qui sont aussi très 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 beaux.
Labrador Retriever. As you maybe know, Labrador is a part of Canada, but this breed is is considered to be a British breed. Clumber Spaniel, certainly a British breed. This is the heaviest of all the Spaniel breeds. But even with his heavy body, he can move with a constant power, with reach and drive, and able to work all day long. Even in a rough field, when there are bushes all over. The French Bulldog.
Regardez, les allures sont très bébés quand ils marchent. On se rend bien compte que ce sont de jeunes chiens et ils sont d'autant plus sympathiques. Si les adultes sont magnifiques, les bébés, moi, me donnent un petit coup de cœur et m'attendrissent toujours.
French Bulldog has to have a rather short foreface but very strong and wide underjaw. And if you see this little puppy, the axis of the two ears must be parallel. That's one of the features of the breed. It's very obvious here. They never have a level top line. They have to have a slight roach over the loin, as you can see now. The Bichon family belongs to the Mediterranean Sea, where people traveling on ships and commercial marketing people bring dogs into the boats to kill the rats, to kill the rabbits, so it was a purpose. And they've been around to the Mediterranean Sea, and in different parts of the Mediterranean Sea started to have different type of the Bichon family. And this is the French type, the so-called Bichon à poil frisé. There are 4 different sizes accepted of the poodles by the FCI. It's interesting because the British Kennel Club and the American Kennel Club accept 3. So this is the so-called miniature or zwerg or French nain, as Sylvie told me, size. When this little dog will have its full size, it's not going to be bigger than 35 centimeter. And this color, what you see, is one of the 6 accepted color, the so-called red. It was newly accepted before. It was not in the FCI standard, but a few years ago, the French Spaniel, the French Poodle Club and the French Kennel Club decided to add this red color into the breed standard.
Un dos, une encolure, des aplombs, une tête longue, 2 tiers, 1 tiers, c'est le Tekken. Il se caractérise pour cette hauteur de 1 tiers de base pour 2 tiers de la hauteur générale.
So the miniature dachshund also won't be bigger than 35 centimeter of the perimeter of the chest when she will be 15 months old of age. They're really full of character, especially the Wirehead. They have a little bit of terrier character, always ready to do something. Boston Terrier. It's a breed from United States of America. Very attractive because it combines power and energy with elegance.
Nous l'appelons le gentleman américain car vous voyez, on a l'impression qu'il est en smoking avec cette couleur noire et blanche et cet air fier.
The next breed is hard to resist when they are puppy. That's the mops. One of the cutest one of all when they are puppy, and also later on. They also have a rather short foreface. The ear cannot be large, it must be as small as possible. This is a beige color. Usually they have a silvery spot on the forehead, what we call diamond. And the name of the tail in the standard of this breed is not tail, but twist, because of its shape.
Quand ils sont adultes, le double twist est très recherché. Et le diamant est dû non seulement à cette couleur brillante, mais au dessin qui se forme sur la tête.
Number 3 today, coming from the Mediterranean Sea area, is the Bichon à poil frisé.
Il nous vient de Sicile, la Sicile.
So Italy again. Second runner-up minor puppy today is the little Dachshund.
Je pense qu'il ne repartira pas avec son propriétaire, que je le volerai avant. Et il nous vient de Spain.
And the best minor puppy today is the Boston Terrier.
Wow, what a choice. Beautiful Boston Terrier. From Russia.
Russian winner, Spain in second place, and Italy, but particularly Sicily, as the owner mentioned, at the third. Wonderful pictures are going around the world from this little dog from Sicily, maybe Palermo. So the next competition gonna be the pup of the puppies. Puppies are the dogs which are older than 6 months old but younger than 9. They also won their respective prize today at the European Dog Show and became the best puppy in the breed, which was chosen by the judge from the best male and female. The judge of this competition today came from Russia. From Russia, Alexsey, the vice president of the RKF, the Russian Kennel Federation. Which country achieved great success already here in this show in Geneva. And then we can see the best puppies. That's the golden retriever. Followed by the Labrador retriever. The flat-coated retriever. The next breed is from Portugal. Cow Aqua Portuguese. Next breed coming from France, Barbet. And then an Italian breed, the Lagotto Romagnolo. Followed by an English breed, the English Cocker Spaniel. And its American version is the American Cocker Spaniel. And now, the companion and toy dogs. The next breed is coming from Tibet. Lhasa Apso. And the breed from Belgium, the Papillon. France. And the next breed coming from Madagascar, Coton de Tuléa.
Coton de Tuléa, j'ai perdu une patte.
We already seen before the next breed, which is the Bichon à poil frisé. The next is the breed with one of the largest entry today, the French Bulldog.
Le Bulldog français, Caille.
Another dog with a rather short foreface but very strong underjaw and such the same great character, the mops.
Carlino. Carla.
The smallest of the poodle breeds, the toy poodle.
Le Danish Toy.
Chinese breed, the Shih Tzu.
Le Puppy Shih Tzu.
One of the most popular breed in British breed in England, the Cavalier King Charles Spaniel.
English Toy Spaniel Cavalier.
And now we are going to a new country. The next breed is coming from Cuba, Bichon Habanese.
Devient très très populaire dans les pays nordiques avec une très belle qualité, les bichons habanais.
The American breed, the Boston Terrier, you've seen before.
Allons-y pour le Boston Terrier.
We didn't yet mention, but of course, all the dachshund originated in Germany, Deutschland.
Celui-ci est un standard.
Standard spruce and then standard wire dachshund. Followed by the miniature wire and the miniature spruce.
Trois tailles, trois types de poils.
Then the smallest size, the so-called rabbit or Kaninchen size, wire and spruce.
Nous manque le poil long, mais sinon on a les tailles.
The next two dogs belongs to the Bichon family as well. The Maltese, this is the Italian version of the Bichons.
Toujours immaculé blanc.
And then the Bolognese, which is also, of course, an Italian breed.
Très compact, le bichon polonais.
There are two accepted varieties of the Chihuahueño from Mexico, the short coat and the long coat.
Le Chihuahueño, Chihuahua, poil court, poil long.
And then, finally, the Pekingese.
Le Pékinois, espagnol pékinois.
So the statistic I've seen before meant the biggest engine number from a certain country here in the European Dog Show 2013 in Ghent was from Italy. Where are the Italians? We would like to see and hear them.
Les Italiens, s'il vous plaît, applaudissez.
But right behind the Italian, the second largest entry came from Russia. Where are the Russians?
Where are the Russians? Les Russes, s'il vous plaît. Oh là, on vous entend pas. Et tous les autres.
And of course, we all do hope Italian will clap for Russians and Russians for Italian, and everybody will clap because it's nothing about nationality. Even if we always mention that, but it's not the main point, of course. It just helps to make us proud sometimes, or you proud.
Le monde du chien est un monde international et nous avons tous une passion commune. Le chien, le beau et le bon chien. Donc, il n'y a pas une question de nationalité, mais du plaisir des yeux, du plaisir du cœur, car ces chiens nous apportent beaucoup, beaucoup de bonheur.
So, and like the other judges, Mr. Alexsey Belkin will choose 6 finalists for us. So the first to be chosen is the Lagotto Romagnolo,
Assa, Azzo,
and then the French Bulldog. There are 3 already in the final. Chidiorti is the Dachshund Standard Wire. Very strong competition today, and Standard Wire got the highest number out of the Dachshunds today. And last but not least, the Pekingese.
Et un applaudissement, s'il vous plaît, pour ceux qui nous quittent.
Ladies and gentlemen, the best puppies, the most beautiful puppies of Europe.
Ils nous viennent de toute l'Europe. Et de Suisse. Suisse, c'est pas l'Europe, quoi. On les applaudit très très fort et nous allons avoir ensuite cette libération des 6 meilleurs, parmi lesquels seront choisis les 3 premiers.
So this breed belongs to the group 8, which is the retrieving and flushing and orthodox. This breed coming from Italy, and its name is Lagotto Romagnolo. Lago means lake in Italian, as you know, so Lagotto means a dog for a water, for a lake. They are excellent hunting dogs, very active ones. Usually they have a combination, in their color, they have a combination of white and different shades of brown. They can be pure white or pure brown as well. They are never black.
Et vous pouvez admirer déjà le professionnalisme de ces jeunes chiens qui marchent divinement bien, conduits par leur propriétaire.
This breed is from Tibet, called Lhasa Apso. Lhasa Apso is a part territory of Tibet. That's where the name came from. They have a very special expression, rather narrow skull, and a very important texture of the coat, which must be, if you touch it, like a human hair. If it's a nice young woman hair you would touch, it's not silky, it's not very soft. You know, in Tibet, if we put a dog with a silky, thin coat, I mean, they will die during the day. They have to be saved by the coat, because it's cold, windy, and also wet. French bulldog. I told you about the strong underjaw, so the chin, the nose, and the forehead are on the same line as the standard wishes. The nostril has to be large in order to be able to breathe freely, because it's very important. These dogs are very active. They have to be healthy and ready to work all day long. They also have a very special sense of humor anyway, if you keep one of them.
Il existe trois couleurs. Il existe le caille, c'est-à-dire la couleur que vous avez là, le fauve et le bragé. Oui, non.
The standard white Dachshund. The coat is fire, Rauhag in Deutsch. And it has to be really harsh to touch. Cannot be soft. Cannot have a lot of undercoat. Because if it's soft and woolly, when it's hunting, everything gets into the coat and it's very difficult to get rid of it. But if it's a good coat texture, it's almost automatically cleaned by itself. The front and the top line is very important. I mean, this short-legged breed is created from a human disease which makes the legs short, and it's a problem of the bones and the cartilagus. And this disease was completely outbred from this breed, but the short-leggedness was kept, so it's really a bravura.
Vous ne devez pas oublier que ces chiens sont tout jeunes. Ils sont déjà fantastiquement bien dans leurs pattes, si j'ose dire. Ils marchent divinement bien, mais ils peuvent aussi être un peu fatigués.
Actually, the diseases still exist in a human breed between us called chondrodystrophy. The next is the Maltese. Very important feature of this breed, again, the coat texture. This coat must be silky. No undercoat, just a silky cover coat, and if you touch it, it's cold. It's never warm because it's silky. If you lift the coat and you leave it then, it falls immediately and heavily down. Those are the main features, and that's the way how to judge them.
C'est une race, quand elle a le poil long à l'âge complètement adulte, marche comme un overcraft, c'est-à-dire il glisse sur le sol, et c'est beaucoup de travail pour leur propriétaire de faire cette superbe robe blanche.
And then the Pekingese. Very important part of the dog is the head. The head, if you look at face-to-face position, is never square, it's longer, it's rectangular, with a very strong underjaw, with large nostrils, large, beautiful eyes, a lot of substance, big paws. And if you look at them from above, they have a shape of a pear, because big ribs and not that big hip region belongs to this breed.
C'est aussi encore une race qui était incroyablement agréable à vivre avec. Non seulement ils sont beaux, mais ils sont aussi un petit peu clous. Car il ne faut pas oublier que non seulement le standard existe, mais que le tempérament, le caractère des chiens est très très important.
Of course, it is also a Chinese breed, and that was the most prestigious gift if you ever got in the ancient time. They called them slave dogs, but because they've been kept in the slave during the day.
Voilà les 6 finalistes, tous plus beaux les uns que les autres. They so beautiful, Tamas, that it should be very difficult to choose.
I'm sure, but Andre will do it. He's always does it.
Yes, she's gone.
The third most beautiful puppy today, the breed coming from Italy, the Lagotto Romagnolo.
This dog is coming from Netherlands, Pays-Bas.
We also call it truffle dog because they're digging and they find a truffle, so maybe she's very, very rich lady. The second breed, the breed itself also coming from Italy because that's the Maltese, Bichon Maltese.
Elle ne pouvait pas y croire.
And the winner today, the most beautiful puppy of the third European Dog Show 2013 is the Lhasa Apso.
A beautiful Lhasa Apso. Really, our shorts is really fantastic today. From Poland. Madame, you have to give your number. Don't leave.
Spasiba, Andrei.
C'est le seul mot que je connais sans spasiba.
And the next program gonna be the Festival of the Veteran Dogs. Ladies and gentlemen, these dogs are the veteran European winners today, which is a very prestigious title, and it's always, as I told you before, very emotional to see and even to judge the veteran dogs, because we all had old dogs, we all lost great friends, old dogs. So again, I will ask you, when all the veteran European winners are in the ring, to give them a big hand, a big applause together. Doesn't matter who's gonna win. who's not gonna win. They are all won already. So what I told you before, maybe we give 10-15 years from our life to a dog, but this dog gives his or her whole life for us. We have to appreciate that and we have to celebrate that. That's what we are going to do now. Maybe Sylvie would like to say something in French.
C'est ce que je voudrais expliquer en français. Un chien est le compagnon de toute une vie. Pour vous, c'est une partie de votre vie. Pour lui, c'est toute sa vie. Et vous savez tous la grande tristesse que c'est de perdre un ami. Et quand on perd son chien, c'est le cas. C'est pour ça que Thomas vous demande et qu'on vous demande tous d'applaudir ces vétérans des chiens qui ont plus de 8 ans de façon de tout votre cœur.
And now, today, we ask for a veteran dog, for a beautiful young lady, judging, coming all the way through from Israel, but that's what she does almost every weekend in all 5 continents. So, from Israel, Yolanda, Nagler, Magal, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome, Yolanda.
The first dog to enter is a white standard poodle.
Il sera suivi par le flatcoat retriever.
Followed by the Cow Agma Portuguese.
Le chien d'eau portugais.
The Chesapeake Bay Retriever.
Le retriever de la baie de Chesapeake. Le labrador.
Another breed from China, from Tibet, the Tibetan Terrier.
Tibetan Terrier.
Of course, it's a British breed, the English Springer Spaniel.
Le Springer anglais. Est-ce que vous pouvez imaginer que ces chiens ont plus de 8 ans?
A Canadian
Regardez la
breed,
qualité.
the Nova Scotia Dactyl Retriever. The Barbet, the breed is from France.
Une race française, le Barbet.
The next breed is coming from Spain.
Le chien d'eau espagnol.
Perro Agma Español. And then the Lagotto Romagnolo, you already seen it before.
Celui-ci nous vient d'Angleterre. Le cocker anglais.
The English Cocker Spaniel. And now the poodles are coming. The miniature black
Le caniche noir.
and the miniature grey.
Le caniche nain gris.
So you've seen the Chinese crested dog, how they look like when are naked. Now you will see the same breed with coat. This is a powder puff.
Nous l'appelons en français la houppette à poudre.
The breed from Cuba, the Bichon Havanese.
Le bichon avané. Notre famille de bichons.
Followed by the Papillon.
L'espagnol nain continental papillon.
And then the Dachshund, the standard long,
Et nous voici de retour sur les
the
teckels.
standard wide,
Le poil long, le poil dur.
the miniature long,
Le nain poil long.
the rabbit or
Le
Canadian long,
caniche. Le plus petit des teckels.
and then the Canadian wire.
Poil dur.
Back to the toy breeds, the
Le
Bolognese,
polonais. Back to England avec le cavalier King Charles.
and the Pekingese,
Back to China.
the Tibetan Spaniel,
Back to Tibet. Le Maltais. Maltese.
and the 2 coat type of the Chihuahueño, the short coat,
Le chihuahua poil court et le chihuahua poil long.
and the long coat.
Je vous avais promis les carlins noirs, le voilà.
mops. The breed from Madagascar, the Coton de Tulear. Now you will see two different versions of the Belgian Griffon. The first is a rough-coated called Griffon bruxellois.
Bruxellois suivi du Brabançon.
And then the short-coated, the Petit Brabançon.
Une version forte du bulldog français.
And then another member of the Bichon family, the Le Chien, the Petit Chien
Lion.
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 Le petit chien lion.
My French is getting a bit better,
No,
but not
your
much better.
French is fantastic. Le Lhasa Apso.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the moment when all the veteran dogs are standing in the ring. So, if you ever had a lovely old dog, or you've seen your lovely dog aging a bit, now it's time to show appreciation. Because of the same reason, we also asked the judge, Yolanda, Nagler, Magal, to choose not 6 but 9 finalists in this competition.
Ils le méritent, ils le méritent. Ils sont beaux, ils sont en superbes conditions. Cela prouve à quel point leurs maîtres sont dévoués à ces chiens. Et donc ce n'est que juste reconnaissance de ce qu'ils nous apportent d'en sélectionner 9.
As I'm sure you remember that, Israel, the country of the judge, also organized a European dog show a few years back with a great success. And now, the finalists. The flat-coated retrievers and the Cao Agba Português.
Le terrier du Tibet.
Tibetan Terrier and the English Springer Spaniel.
Springer anglais.
The Black Miniature Poodle.
Et voilà le papillon dont les oreilles forment les ailes du papillon et le museau forme le corps.
So you said les voilà. I love it. So the papillon, yes, and then the Tibetan Spaniel followed by the Maltese and the mops. As you can see, before we've seen mopsies only in a beige color. I explained the diamond and everything, but also this breed exists in this beautiful black color.
S'il vous plaît, mettez tout votre cœur dans votre au revoir aux superbes vétérans qui nous quittent. Ils sont magnifiques.
Retriever. This is a little bit satyr-like coat on this breed. Shiny, straight. That's where the name coming from, flat. But the undercoat is really voluminous in this breed. They have a very happy temperament with a ever-backed tail. It's very typical in this breed. They can be black, like this dog, and dark chocolate brown as well. Those are the two accepted colors. We've seen many of the Bodegard dogs today, but this one is the Portuguese version. Cao Agmam Portuguese, which means Portuguese water dog. This breed, as you can see, can be black, not like the Lagotto I told you before. This is the famous breed, of course, because President Obama had first one, but now he has two in the family. So this is a dog of the White House. They don't have undercoat, and they're very little shading, so they don't losing the coat, and that's why it's really recommended for a family where they have allergy for the dog coat. You can keep this breed even if you have an allergy dog coat. Tibetan Terrier. I introduced you before the Lhasa Apso. This is also from Tibet, from China. Very similar feature in the coat texture, but they have a bit more undercoat, and of course it's a different balance. For me, it's interesting being Hungarian because this breed is very, very closely related to the Hungarian Bully. Its conformation is almost the same. Even we had this particular Bullies before, but this particular gene was bred out in Bully.
Vous pouvez applaudir, regardez comme ils sont beaux, chacun d'entre eux en mouvement. Ils méritent vraiment des chiens, on ne pourrait jamais croire l'âge qu'ils ont.
But they don't have that much undercoat.
10
That's why.
years and a half. 10 ans et demi.
English Springer Spaniel. The ground color is always white and can have brown or black spots.
L'English Springer, un chien de chasse, de rapport et un broussailleur aussi.
They are very active dogs.
C'est une race dans laquelle on peut voir une grande différence entre le chien de travail et le chien de beauté.
For hunting, but for any other sport activity, they are great, even for frisbee. You can teach them to play frisbee, they are excellent at it.
Et ces chiens ne sont pas seulement beaux, ils sont donnés, ils donnent encore énormément d'amour à leur maître, qui leur rend bien, car voyez dans quel état ils sont. Ils sont complètement dévoués, et moi qui suis à côté, à chaque fois je vois les maîtres qui les caressent quand ils sont bien travaillés, qui les remercient d'être présents et d'être beaux, et ça c'est très important, et ça mérite aussi des applaudissements. Ils sont vraiment nos compagnons pour la vie.
The poodles, they are more kind of trimming accepted by the FCS standard. This clipping, what you can see, the so-called puppy lion clip. You can see they are coat everywhere. There are no naked parts of the body, but it's nicely shaped. It's a puppy lion clip. And then the papillon. The papillon or schmetterling or butterfly got the name from the silhouette of the head, because the head with the ears forms a silhouette like a butterfly with open wings. That's where the name came from.
C'est une race très élégante, avec une teintille ossature. C'est un chien qui ne doit jamais être lourd, toujours élégant, toujours aristocratique.
A very important feature of this breed, the coat and the special freckles on the ears which complete this silhouette.
Et no undercoat.
Yes, no undercoat, like for the Maltese, which is coming. Tibetan Spaniel. Another Chinese breed.
Le chien tibétain qui a le moins de toilettage, qui se caractérise par une tête, s'il est assez rare, le standard dit que la tête doit être petite en comparaison du corps. Il est bien sûr, comme vous le voyez, plus long que haut. Et il a, on dit, un caractère de chien-chat.
Under the beautiful thick coat, they have a lot of money, strong bones, big ribs. So it's a strong, sturdy little dog. It's not just coat and pretty. It's a lot of substance and muscles included. And their front is not the usual straight front. They have a little bit turning out feet, and that's how it has to be. Maltese, we talked about it. This beautiful white coat and the black nose and the almost black eyes makes a very special expression on this breed.
Et vous voyez l'overcraft, vous voyez le chien lisse sur le sol, impression donnée par cette fourrure et par ce mouvement très caractéristique du Maltais.
The tail is highly set, highly carried, almost parallel to the back, never touch the back.
La ligne de dessus doit être bien droite et surtout la pigmentation, Thomas, bien noire sous une robe blanche.
And the little molossus of the toy group, the mops, or Puck, or Carlin.
Je me demande si ce n'est pas la race qui a le plus de noms. Carino, Carlin, Mops, Bag. Mais partout, c'est une race excessivement populaire, adorable à vivre, vivante, active et très facile en plus à emmener partout.
It's one of the most popular breeds all over the world, but this black color in number is much less, so the majority are beige. Some years ago, the black mops had always a bit more refined blacks and not that substance, but now it's not true anymore. They have the same wonderful quality.
Je pense que Yolanda a eu beaucoup de plaisir à regarder ces chiens et maintenant elle va nous donner sa décision dans quelques instants.
It's nice to see all these with such a great movement, fit for purpose, fit for life, ready for action. So that's what the FCI is doing, breeding purebred quality healthy dogs, and we celebrate them here today. third place today, going to the Maltese. And Sylvie will announce from
La
which country.
troisième place, Oralité qui nous vient, ouais. Slovénie.
Second, runner-up veteran best of day today is the Kawako Português.
Le Chiano portugais deuxième nous vient de Norvège.
So Slovenia, Norway, and the winner is the Tibetan Terrier today.
Il nous vient de France.